Once I decided to create a course in my own business, I'm not actually sure I knew what kind of impact it was going to have. For me, I wanted to figure out a way to scale my business transformation speaking, revenue of course as well, but my whole thing was how can I have more impact? And I don't think I knew starting off just how much it was going to impact my business, right? My goal was to impact other people, but I had no idea that it was going to really blow up my ecosystem. Because there's so many different reasons to create a course. And now I know this looking back, right? It's impossible to connect the dots going forward, very easy to connect the dots looking backwards. And what I see now from looking back at creating my course is that it wasn't just about revenue and it wasn't just about impact. There was also the tribe element that was created. See, there's so many different reasons to create a course. There's, additional revenue generation, or some people want to have passive income, or people are trying to, build their following, build their tribe, or people are trying to find a way to encapsulate and to systematize what they do with their one-on-one clients. But for me, I experienced all of these things throughout the course of creating my course. And so what I ended up finding out was that not only was I able to honestly over double my revenue in my business, but I was able to 10 and in some respects 100x the people that I was working with, the number of people I was able to serve. So what I thought was initially going to be, I'm going to create this course and it'll be a fun way to impact more people, I now see how that led into so many other things that I can do. So what does that mean? The first time I ran my signature course, Playful Prosperity, we had 75 people that went through the program. And that in and of itself was great. I was so grateful for that. I had a tribe that was being built around me. My community was deepening. My impact was deepening. All those things were amazing. And then through the course of doing that course and being really engaged, because one thing I absolutely believe about courses is that the ones that are the most powerful are the ones that have real engagement from you, the coach. Like, you're not just some teacher or some thought leader or some subject matter expert. You are a coach. You have a certain skill set that 99% of the population don't have. You're able to really extract wisdom out of people. You're able to help guide people in a way that the majority of the planet just don't know how to do. So when you bring that skill set into what you create in a course, and the way that I brought that skill set into the way that I created Playful Prosperity, the impact is so deep that when you think about what's next for people, right? And this is not about upselling, this is about upserving, right? When you think about how can I serve people at a deeper level, you've made such a transformation in their lives with the interaction they've had with you in this course that it's a no-brainer for them to want to experience more of your work going forward. And that was something that I wasn't really sure about. Kind of conceptually, I knew that was possible from creating a course, but it wasn't until I actually created Playful Prosperity, went through it the entire 8 weeks of that program with those 75 people, and saw what an easy transition it was to offer them, hey, if you've loved this 8 weeks and you've gotten a lot of benefit out of this, here's the next step on your journey that we could go through together. And for those people to raise their hands and sign up without me having to do any marketing, any Facebook ads, anything, that I had such a deep relationship with these people that had gone through my course that it was a no-brainer for them to continue on, that totally revolutionized my business. Because now, instead of having all of these various kind of disparate, disconnected offerings and services in my business, I had this leverage point. I had this fulcrum point. I had this turning point where people had such a great level of intimacy with me that they wanted to have that on a deeper level. See, when you create a course, when you're creating an experience like this, you don't want to sell information. Information's everywhere. We don't need more information. If information was the answer, we'd all have perfect relationships and six-pack abs and billion-dollar businesses. People don't need more information, they need more transformation. People don't need more information, they need more intimacy. And that was something I was able to provide in my course. So if this is something that you're thinking about for yourself, a way for you to scale your impact, to scale your income, and also to have a really deep sense of intimacy with your tribe, I would invite you to consider that creating a course or creating a group coaching program could be the thing that is a major turning point in your business, in your income, in your revenue, and in the way you impact the people that you work with.